Now, if you will remember, yesterday I was having difficulty manipulating these pliers that I'd spent a lot of time, specializing. And I was thinking that possibly I could take an extra set of tweezers and do the same sort of thing. Now, this set of tweezers I got cheap off Amazon. I forget what they were, but they were very inexpensive, and I think there was 9 or 10 pairs altogether. And I'm noticing that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are almost identical. So I think I'll just take one of these, and I'll sacrifice one of these. These others that are a little bit different, I'll hang on to them. No use wasting them. Yesterday I was sort of thinking maybe I could use this one here, but this one is it might come in handy just the way it is, so I'm not going to use that. I'll just grab any one of these and fasten rubber tips on the ends, and I think it might work out better. Now, also yesterday you will remember that we were having a problem having just a tiny little bit of CA glue. Well, we're going to do it in a couple of steps this time. So instead of going directly from here to here, we'll just take a little bit on here like this, and then we'll put it on here. Maybe this isn't going to be as easy as I thought. There. Now just do the same on the other side. Then I can let it open up and reinforce it. No, I haven't trimmed the rubber yet. Sort of wondering maybe I don't need to, but yeah, it's kind of uneven. Yeah, I'll just sand it smooth there. Okay, I've sanded it the same way as I did yesterday. Maybe I did a little better job. Well, let's try it out. Well, you should recognize this spot from yesterday. And I'm just putting a tiny little bit of glue in the hole. And let's see if this goes better. Yes, much better. Now, why didn't I do that yesterday? Oh my, those are sticking pretty good. Or maybe I should say pretty bad. won't be using this carpet tape anymore. Okay, now we've got left the breakwaters and J13. And I think that J13 might give me a problem getting it up off that tape. I have to be very careful I don't break it. Now for the breakwaters, I don't think I need the tweezers. I think I can just use my fingers here, and I've washed my hands with soapy water to get any grease off the ends of my fingers, because I do know that this flat paint, get any kind of grease at all on it and it gets shiny on you. And I've found that if you want to be able to see the detail real well on a little piece like this, what you do is you use flat paint rather than semi-gloss or anything like that, like an enamel paint. And that way the detail just jumps right out at you. At least that's my opinion. And I repeat, I'm not going to use this type of double-sided tape anymore. Now I know this masking tape is going to come off nice and easy, but this tape here, I'm kind of wondering about. One of the viewers made the suggestion if it doesn't want to come off well, I could use a hairdryer or a heat gun. Well, I've got a hairdryer right beside me actually. Let's just see how it's going to go here. Well, it's coming out pretty good. Yeah, that's coming out pretty good. Boy, is that stuff sticky. Okay. Okay, this piece J13 here, I'm noticing that it's supposed to go right back here. I think that this little tiny ring right there, I don't know if you can see it, is supposed to go over one of these little nubs that is sticking out here. At least I think that's the way it's supposed to go. But this piece here is in the way. So I can do one of two things. I can either break this off and reposition it and then glue this on, or maybe I can wait. And I think the best thing to do might be to wait. A piece like this that is sticking out on the side of the ship, if I was to not watch myself and grab the ship to move it, it's getting to the place now where you just can't grab hold of it any old place at all, and with either scratching the paint or doing some sort of damage. And then there's the top of this thing here. I know it's not supposed to be deck tan. I think it's supposed to be gray. I think the sides are supposed to be gray as well, but I might just leave those. Now yesterday, when I was trying to think of the word for these little parts right here, I knew that they were bollards, but I just couldn't think of the word. And when I'm working, I have a hard time talking at the same time. And there's 6 of them here, 6 larger ones. We put on 2 smaller ones earlier. but these are the larger ones. And what I'm thinking of is, I know I said that I didn't want to put the glue on the peg when it was painted because I was afraid that the glue might just sort of wick its way. Oh, by the way, I'm using this glue here. It's a solvent glue. It's not like CA glue at all or any other kind of glue. So I know I always say do a dry run, so let's just do a dry run here. Make sure everything's going to fit. And this is the first time I've tried these. This is not a reenactment, so almost everything I do is not a reenactment, however you say that. Sort of like the old live television days. If you made a mistake, you couldn't go back. Anyway, yeah, I think that's going to be all right. But I just wanted to do a sample here. Just gonna do one and see, do we have a problem with the glue wicking its way down onto the deck? And I think if I'm careful, it might work. Might as well take this one off too, I guess. Okay, I want to make sure that I don't have any extra on there that I don't need. Now I don't know if I put enough on or not. I did notice it was dissolving the paint. You probably saw that too. Okay, this one I'll put a little bit more on. Okay, now quickly before that starts to cure. Okay, now we'll do the two on the starboard side. Might have been a little bit too much. No, maybe not. And the next one. Okay, now the port side, closest to me. Whoops. Good thing it didn't go out of sight. Okay, I got it. I'll start again here. Better put on just a little bit more glue just in case. Okay, we'll let that cure. Okay, now why are we back at the original two? Well, I'm just wondering, this first one here, did I get enough glue? Like, is it stuck? Or is it loose? No, it's stuck. Okay. Now we still have the two smaller bollards to go on the port side. And I'm noticing I didn't do too good a job of painting these. They're a little bit on you might say, not painted too good on one side. Remember I said I can't talk and work at the same time? Anyway, I thought I'll have the bad side facing the turret here. Okay, it seems to go on okay. They're a little bit tight. But I imagine that what's going to happen is that the glue is going to make it a little easier to go on. Not in that it acts as a lubricant, but that it will dissolve the paint. Come on, get this right here. Okay, you can see the bad side facing you there. So I'll try and have it so that this bad side here is facing the turret. Okay. Now, very carefully with my glue. Ooh, that's way too much. Well, I think after that evaporates, no one's going to know. First Officer Lighthaller was one of the surviving crew off the Titanic. And of course, he was much in demand as a, to speak at an event or something like that. He was a real drawing card. So he used to relate this story that was, some said it was true. And it goes like this. When Captain Smith would wake up in the morning, and his cabin was just right in behind the bridge. So he'd come out of his cabin, he'd go on the bridge, and he'd greet the crew, and of course they would courteously greet him back. And as long as there was no emergency or anything really super important going on, like maybe hitting an iceberg or some little thing like that, he would unlock a cupboard, his own personal cupboard, and he would take out a prayer book, and he would read a line, and then he would cast his eyes heavenward, and the crew would see his lips move, but they never heard what he said. So one time, Lighthaller noticed that Smith forgot to lock the cupboard when he put the prayer book back. Well, Lighthaller was on duty one time, and there was nobody else on the bridge. He was just steering the ship, I guess. And he thought, now's the time to check and see what it is that Captain Smith always prays about. Was it some sort of special sailor's prayer, or what was it? So he takes a look. He opens the prayer book, and there's just one verse in it. And he reads it, and it says, "Left is port, right is starboard." I can relate. I can't remember the difference. Why didn't they just call it left and right? Anyway, like I said, some say it's true. Anyway, let's see if we can glue some more parts on here. Hope you like that. This piece here I can't put on until I get this painted. I think I'm just going to go ahead and paint this off camera. And this little ladder, it's supposed to go right here somewhere. Now, according to the instructions, it's supposed to go right there against the side of the turret. But I'm not seeing any markings on the turret as to where it's supposed to go. At least I don't think I see anything. I'm going to see if I can't maybe find some photographs of the real ship. See where that went and what's that all about. I guess it really doesn't matter. I guess it would be glued against the side of the turret, something like that. Anyway, I think that's it for today. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.